Welcome in everyone, how you guys doing? If you guys inside there, hit that subscribe, like, share, and we're gonna get straight into this one. I did a couple of reactions yesterday, so go check them out. I'll put the link in the description in regards to Drakesha and the lawsuit, and we also covered this boy Schulz or whatever his name, you know what I mean, with the Hitler haircut on, you know what I'm saying? Talking about some weird out of this world craziness in regards to Kendrick. So yeah, go check them videos out. I'll put the link in the description. See me shaking my head still. But yeah, we got here why Andrew Schulz, Kendrick Lamar, this is ending his career. So yeah, by Fantastic Hip Hop, let's go.
Now when it comes to Kendrick Lamar in 2024, it seems like no matter who the person he is at odds with is, and no matter what Kendrick says when he is calling them out, whenever somebody has been in any sort of conflict or confrontation with the biggest rapper on the planet right now, they just completely lose all composure and in an attempt to make a response and come back to Kendrick, just end up doing irreversible damage to their own careers instead of doing anything to make him look worse. And now while earlier in the year, we saw this happen to Drake, of course, and he still hasn't come back from it, now we are seeing another crash out from somebody who tried to clap back at Kendrick Lamar in a much different way with comedian Andrew Schulz. And really with what Schulz just did and how he is handling all of the backlash.
He ain't no comedian. I know, man. When you say comedian, we talk Cat Williams, we talk Bernie, we talk... I even throw Kevin in there if you want it, you know what I'm saying? But we talk comedians, so like we don't talk...
he is getting from it. If what happened to Drake after Kendrick Lamar has ruined his career in nearly every single way possible, there is almost no way Schulz comes out of this with his career intact. But now before we go any further into this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, it helps me out a ton. And so now when it comes to Kendrick Lamar's latest beef, before we even get into what pushed Kendrick to call Schulz out for his questionable actions on his album GNX's intro track, Whacked Out Murals, when we look at Andrew Schulz, beyond being a comedian who just represents everything wrong with comedy in today's day and age, throughout this entire year, Schulz has been a figure in media and pop culture, who that while Kendrick Lamar was on a mission to go after Drake, J. Cole, and just change the direction of where hip-hop was going, Schulz constantly bashed Kendrick Lamar and tried to diminish his greatness. And overall...
it makes me wonder, like, if Schulz was always an undercover Drakesha Glazer. You understand what I'm saying? Like, because it's like, you just don't go out your way at somebody unless you felt hurt in what they've done. It's like, Drakesha was your favorite artist, and now, like, oh, he came and took him out. You feel the need to slyly... Because Schulz started this by telling... Gigs and on the Shits and Gigs podcast when they're like, do you date black women? And they're like, we date all women. And he turned around and went, Kendrick fans, get him. Like your family, you started this. You started, and then you got the backlash, realized you were trending, got so much views, people were all over everything you had on YouTube and on the internet. You saw your stats go up and thought, hey, any attention is good attention. I'm going to double down and go even crazier next podcast I have, bruv. Yeah, you don't realize that could have been the end for you. Bro, unless you got in like 24-hour security and shit, I'm just, man. I know Charlamagne ain't going to be stepping in front of nobody to protect you. Hey.
Of Schulz's sentiments were alluding to the fact that Kendrick was a clout chaser for going after Drake, and really for being someone who does not deserve the success and praise that they get. And Schulz never really let up on this standpoint, even after Kendrick clearly won the beef, and like other Drake stans did. He just made excuses when Drake lost and said that Kendrick cheated his way into winning by making...
Also, he was always a Drake stan. See, I didn't even know this. So he always was then. Exactly my point, bro. This is what I'm saying, like, fam. Like, you were a drizzy glazer. You know what I'm saying? Donut with a cream glazer. Like, no diddy.
False claims and narratives and then stepping over the line. which is going to be important to keep in mind for later. And so now fast forward to today, and after on Whacked Out Murals, when Kendrick Lamar had a line that was clearly calling out Schulz, Schulz has officially responded to Kendrick Lamar on his show, and with what he just decided to cook up after all things considered and seeing just how much Kendrick Lamar can say about his competition, was a pretty light diss in the grand scheme of it all, even if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
What Schulz just did is going to go down as one of the worst responses to being called out in a rap lyric by a celebrity of all time. And beyond just that, Schulz is really going to join someone like his idol Drake for...
Yeah, we don't make them jokes where I'm from. We don't make them kind of jokes in the hood. We don't make them jokes at the barbecue. We don't make them jokes at the cookout. We don't make them jokes on the beach. We just don't make them jokes about consensual acts or not consensual. We don't joke around oranges, apples, and grapes. You know what I'm saying? We don't joke around when it comes to that. There's no humor. There's dark humor, but there's no humor with. So you just trying to bring down and tear down our next brother for trying to reach certain standards and status with his new album on the image and message he's trying to put out there. You come with that. You kind of just show us that Hitler haircut you had was for real, for real. It wasn't fake, though. That was for real, for real. All was missing was a salute. Yo, bruh.
Being on one of the greatest crash outs of the entire year, because with what he said, after acknowledging that Kendrick dissed him, trying to be funny, and talking about how the GNX album is a good record, but that he's just mad because of the diss. After Schulz made it clear that he would never mess with the people who Kendrick Lamar hangs around with, he then went on to say that because of Kendrick Lamar's height, which again, notice these parallels between him and Drake's insults, that he would be able to take on Kendrick because of his size and stature, and with the rest of what Schulz said, I can't even say it in this video because it's really that bad, but for those who don't know, what Schulz went on to say in an entire multi-minute bit where he got into extensive detail of what would go down between him and Kendrick Lamar, was the same thing that Drake rapped about happening to Kendrick on The Heart Part 6, and what Drake tried to frame as this moment that ruined his life and made him so against everything the OVO rapper stood for in the first place. And that was of course the whole Mother I section of the track where Drake misunderstood one of the most devastating and powerful songs Kendrick Lamar has ever wrote, which was about his very own mother's experience and not...
Yeah, that really aged well. That came back and bit him. Like, yo, bro, did you really listen to the man's music? And you come out and put out a diss track based around some BS that you misinterpreted. Right? You look more like a fool.
His. And as Schulz made what may be the strangest comeback to being dissed ever, everyone went crazy over this, as from people who are close to Kendrick Lamar and from TDE just clearly being baffled with the response.
Like, real talk, I'm not even joking. I'm listening to him, you know what I'm saying? And I guess it's gonna go around kind of repeating a lot of the same stuff. But, Schulz, you were never invited to the barbecue or the cookout, bro. Not because you're with Charlemagne. Like, Charlemagne, bless Charlemagne, he's been around for time, but there are even certain barbecues and cookouts that Charlemagne the God can't go to. I don't know what made you feel that you had any kind of authority or some kind of... I just don't know. I just can't even think what would make you think that you could go talk about somebody in hip-hop the way you did. And it was meant to be funny. You shouldn't even be able to talk about anybody that way, regardless they're in hip-hop. Any human being, bro. Are you for real? A next man, bro. Especially what's been going on with Diddy. And you want to go brand yourself as the new Diddy. Doing what Diddy did to somebody else, bro. K-Dot. Yo, fam, I hope you get cancelled. I hope, man, you know something. Let me not wish, when you reach to my age, they said, don't put out negativity. I don't want to wish bad on anyone, but just hypothetically, if I'd understand, that's what I just said, if I got a phone call and they were like, yo, ooh, what happened? I understand.
To even Drake fans who are now trying to get a win by saying that Kendrick and his camp are soft, as they are now using the stance that there should be rules in what people can say in a back and forth
What
to
rules,
try
man?
and
This
call
is a bit.
Schultz out.
This is a beef,
There
bro.
has been so much discourse about this moment, and I think when it comes to this situation at its most fundamental level, I mean, this doesn't take a lot to see, but everyone's supporting Schultz and trying to use this to show that Kendrick Lamar has a double standard for things that he can do but not have used against him. It's just blatantly wrong and lacks a sense of skill to really assess the music and media they interact with. And really, to support Schultz here, it just goes against the very roots of both rap and comedy as art forms and as these tools of unfiltered expression. Because let's be clear about this, as Andrew Schultz did and showed, he could have said anything he wanted, and that's exactly what he did. But just like if two rappers were beefing, whatever is being used to take down your opponents with words is going to be judged by the people and either rejected or accepted. And to circle back to Kendrick calling out Drake for weird claims and actions, and when it comes to something that both Schultz and others can't understand, Kendrick Lamar calling out Drake for all of his weird actions and claims over the years we have seen worked. Because at the bottom line, it was rooted in reality. And it wasn't just this weird and out of nowhere claim that was saying that he was going to do awful things to Drake. But what Kendrick was saying was actually exposing something that, from what we can see, already had some truth to it. And that maybe a lot of people were just refusing to really see with their own eyes. And so really with...
Yeah, I'm listening there for a minute there. I thought he was trying to look at it through Schultz's eyes, through the comedic aspect of it, and with hip hop having a whole kind of set in its way of being able to freely express yourself. The same should be said for comedians. And I don't know. I think that's. I'm not rewinding it because I was getting pissed right there. I was like, there is no like, and you know, I hear from that. But what I'm trying to say is, when it comes to certain actions, when it comes to kids, when it comes to, there's no comedic. There's no humor in it. There's certain things you should not be joking about. You know, everybody say all things should be off the table. Yeah, man. Somebody go put that in a beef rap battle, bro. I'm telling you, like your own record label will drop you. You don't talk about. You know, you just don't talk. I don't give a damn, bro. Like, yeah.
Schultz, and just like Drake did with
No.
The Heart Part 6.
No.
Their comments about such a horrible thing, which really, to just frame this in its proper context, if we want to look back at the moment that Kendrick Lamar has
Like,
rapped...
on a real note, like, how hungry are you for attention? That you will go and pick the lowest, despicable, worst, vile action there is to go and joke about with someone just to get views. Man, they really do it for the views, don't they? I mean, like, it's like, it ain't that how Jake Paul came about videotaping a dead person? You know what I'm saying? Like, you really that desperate for views that you will put yourself to look not even a villain? Because you know people are like, oh, I don't mind being the villain. Nah, certain villains don't be acting like that. You know what I'm saying? You just look like, yeah. And the mere fact you can make them kind of jokes got me wondering, like, have you ever partaked in such? 'Cause I understand how people can make them jokes like that if they ain't, you know, like know or have them tendencies or have dreamt about it or like. 'Cause I'm not even gonna try. You know when they say like you can't understand the mindset of certain people, I'm not even trying to understand it. My brain just don't work that way. Yeah, but you gotta see it through their eyes. No, I don't want to see it through their eyes. Cause I'll be seeing it through their eyes and I still can't see how they see that shit. 1 + 1 makes 2. 2 + 2 makes 4. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand how they got to fucking 7 and 13. No. So you know, I'm in the UK, so I know in America, you know, there's certain different laws and certain different trends and tendencies, but there's certain things you don't make joke about, regardless where you from. It doesn't matter what part of the world you just don't make joke about. You know what I mean? Especially when you come into a culture and you know you here turn to, yo, bruh. I'm surprised the black dude on the left hand side of the couch they didn't reach over and smack him one. You know what I mean? I would have had to get up and walk off, bro. I've been like, yo, fam, yeah, I need to head off this show right now, because, boy, you trying to get me cancelled at my own family gathering. I can't even go around for Thanksgiving or Christmas now, you saying this shit.
About guiding his efforts this year both on Meet the Grams during the beef and Whacked Out Murals now, which was the Cat Williams Shannon Sharp interview, which is now credited for kicking off this year that has been all about exposing the truth. And the one thing that stands out to all of these points now is that Cat Williams said here that this horrible action that Schulz and Drake tried to use in these gotcha moments is never funny no matter what the circumstances are. And I mean, this isn't just a rule of comedy or rap beef for that matter, but it's just a part of human nature, because there are things that no matter how you did become even more a crazy way to talk when everyone is trying to find one more reason to just take you. Schulz can't just run away into his own adventures. This could even change their dynamic forever and make it hip-hop culture, as he has an entire show with somebody like Charlemagne. And even with how wild and over-the-line things Charlemagne has said over the years,
yeah, I want to hear what you're going to say, bro.
As a leader in hip-hop media and with all of his other ventures, this could even change their dynamic forever and maybe even cause the duo to split if Schulz continues to double down on what he is saying. And again, while it's too early to see how all of this ends up and with how much of a conversation this has already been.
Let me stop right there, man. I even think, like, even if he was to apologize, like, we ain't accepting that apology. Keep that apology, bro. Keep that apology. Go cut your hair back with your, you know what I mean, your hairstyle, and go do you. Go do you. You know what I mean? Go do you. Cause ain't no walking back that. You know. So as I said, if I find out anything, and if, you know what I'm saying, as I hear in the news, I'll be like, ain't that a pity? But I understand. I really do. Shit. Anyways, guys. Everybody's out here always trying to jump on the trend. Trying to get them views, no matter what they say or do. You know, if it can reach certain aspects of the media, they'll do anything. Man, life too short. To give thanks and praise, be happy, wake up every day. Be blessed to see another day. With such little time, use it. Don't go and waste it by doing this kind of BS. You know, it's just unnecessary. Yeah. Unbefitting of us as humans. It's just wrong, man. But yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. Hope to see you guys on the next one. I'm going to be doing another reaction. I got a few hours before work. I'm feeling a bit tired. I ain't gonna lie. I only got a couple hours sleep. So I'm even looking at the reaction like, damn, I should be a bit more. Might have to go have another espresso, double shot coffee. You know what I'm saying? Wake up a bit. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. As I said, subscribe to the channel. Trying to get to 30,000. So like, share, get it out there. And yeah, thanks a lot.